welcome back. We are anxiously awaiting the arrival of Coach Tony Dungy and his wife Lauren, authors of Carson Chooses Forgiveness, also previous children's book We Choose You, about adoption, and we're looking forward to the Dungies being here. But Frank, there is some breaking news just in the last few minutes, and I've said this before, but President Trump is just, you don't even need writers when he's around.
Oh, that's true. He just did this.
He's the gift that keeps on giving.
He just did this terrific gaggle with the press before boarding an airplane to Kentucky. I'll give you some of the highlights, but ultimately there's really only one highlight, and that is the president, when talking about trade relations with China, had this to say.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning.
Okay, so we're going to rewatch that, but I want you to take a look. It's not just what he said that's so funny.
He looked to the sky like,
he looked at the sky. He was selected by God to institute tariffs on China. Let us see this again.
Play it again, Sam.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning.
All right.
I am the chosen one.
3 other quick updates from the gaggle.
He wasn't saying he was the chosen one like he was the Messiah.
Right.
I think he was saying the Lord has chosen me.
He might be right. I hope he's right.
To be the one to take on China.
I do hope he's right. 2 other quick items from the gaggle. He doubled down on Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, saying, you vote for a Democrat, you're being very disloyal to Jewish people, and you're being very disloyal to Israel. So he said that. And he also reversed himself, apparently, on indexing capital gains taxes to inflation. He said, quote, I'm not looking to do indexing. I think it's kind of a shame. I think that was a good idea.
Yeah, it was a little tricky. I mean, sometimes, I've been working in the capital markets for years, Frank. I always say this thing like, fun with numbers. You know what I mean? You want to index it, tie it to the, just change the variables around. Tell me what number you want to end up with. I'll get you there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You are good
so
at that.
There's not like indexing. The real thing you should be doing is cutting payroll tax.
Well, but the payroll taxes go someplace. They go into the Social Security Trust Fund, which already can't really meet its long-term obligations.
We print money. We still keep putting the same amount in there. We just get less income. We're living in a fabled society.
That attitude.
We can print money. We have our own printing presses. It's free money.
That attitude is not free money. That attitude is unfortunately so emblematic of the Generation X generation.
Well, I'm young. What can
because
I tell you?
Your attitude is, whoa, who cares if we can't make the payments?
Free money.
We'll just borrow.
We're not borrow. We're borrowing from China, who's paying us in fake money.
Look,
they're all buying our bonds, which is fake bonds. It's all a big Ponzi scheme.
I said when Bush did this, I said when Obama continued it, it is a mistake to reduce payroll taxes right now or have anything resembling a payroll tax holiday. The question we should be trying to address, or more accurately, our policymakers should be trying to address, is how do we ensure the solvency of the Social Security Trust Fund? I'm all for talking about that. Maybe it's means testing. Maybe it's raising the cap on payroll taxes. But it is absolutely not reducing the amount of money that we're putting into that trust fund to take the tobacco attitude of, oh, we'll just borrow. It doesn't fly with me. And not surprisingly, what also doesn't fly with me is a couple of mistakes that I've discovered on today's show.
Here we go.
Well, John, you've actually been pretty good today.
Thank you.
You've actually been catching yourself as you make mistakes. And so the only mistake...
Catch me, I'm falling.
The only mistake that I found from you today...
80s music.
...on the air was, your assertion that consumer confidence remained strong or had gone up when, thankfully, Danielle DiMartino Booth straightened you out and informed you that on Friday, consumer confidence had gone down a bit.
Well, there's a lot of semantics involved in this crap. Consumer confidence is still growing, but growing slower than expected.
And so I just want those of you that are broadcasting or economics students watching at home, I hope you took down that note. There's a lot of semantics involved in all this crap, right? So
that's right.
If there was ever a tobacco mantra, that's it. There's a lot of semantics involved.
Any communications or media students who are at home watching this, and our new intern is here today. He's probably going to quit after this because you shouldn't be following one thing I'm doing. I'm a non-traditional, non-conformist.
No, I think the person more in danger of quitting is John Voight's daughter, Jade, who found herself not mentioned on today's show for the first time since she's been employed here.
There you go. Now she's been mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, real quick. One other error I have to correct, not from you, but it happens to be from another member of the tobacco family, the Daniel Baldwin of the tobacco family, Todd Tobacco, who we mentioned in our segment with Carla just now, and he responded by sending us a group SMS text message. And to be honest, I'm not sure if it was for you or for me, but he said, "First time you mention me, and it's to badmouth me, real nice." But here's the problem with this text message. He wrote, and it's first time you mentioned me, and it's TOO badmouth me.
Frank,
whereas the proper use of the two would be
Frankie, let me tell you the two mistakes Frank made today. He picked on, he called out our number one ally here, John Bachman, for having a beard. And he didn't give Bachman a chance to defend himself. So we're going to have Bachman on anytime, Johnny B, anytime.
Can I see the side-to-side? If you're going to reference it, let's show folks the side-to-side in case they have lives and weren't able to watch all 2 hours. Watch the side-to-side comparison that John is referring to. And I'm not picking on him. He has every right to wear whatever kind of facial hair he wants. The problem is that he speaks for the network, and his credibility affects our credibility. So if he's going to look like evil Mr. Spock instead of a sane and sober,
I like Bizarro
a better-looking version of Shepard Smith, then we have a right to call him out on that.
Right.
Come on.
Fair enough.
He's got an obligation.
And, Todd Tobacco is always doing a lot of work for me behind the scenes, so thank you, Todd. And I'm sorry he badmouthed you. You stay right there.
You badmouthed him. You called him Fredo.
Right after this with the Dungies, Tony and Lauren, to talk about Carson. Carson chooses forgiveness. Liquid Lunch, back in 2. Right after this with the Dungies, Tony and Lauren, to talk about Carson. Carson chooses forgiveness. Liquid Lunch, back in 2.